Your Honor. All rise. Season 3, Episode 18, Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Yes, sir. All clear. You folks may be seated. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for once again joining me inside the Pennsylvania College Basketball Court, or the PCBC for short. This is Season 3, Episode 18 of this wonderful podcast / series right here on YouTube. Seasons 1 and 2 of my podcast can be found in my Instagram page. Look in the bio of my channel at the Honorable Judge Noah, or search NWS 1999 in your search engine on YouTube. Or you can also click the title of this episode and it'll take you all the way down to the bottom and it'll have my Instagram page there as well. I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, reporting live from the hometown and main base of the Pennsylvania College Basketball Court, Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. In today's episode, we're going to be recapping the games that occurred on Wednesday, January 21st. There were 6 games that we're going to be covering. 5 of them are division games and 1 non-conference game. Big one, by the way. Before we do that, we'll talk about the athletes of the week. Then we'll go on to the, once we recap the games, we'll go to the standings where we sit as of today, Friday, January 23rd, for our matchups for tomorrow, which there are 8 games on the schedule. Then we will go through our scouting report for IUP versus Clarion. Then give you my picks and predictions for tomorrow's matchups. Well, hopefully, because as you may know, Winter Storm Fern is set to hit most of western and central Pennsylvania and eastern Pennsylvania from what I've read. They're supposed to be getting between 6 and 15 inches of snow. In some places, actually as much as 18 to 20 inches of snow in the eastern and southern parts of Pennsylvania. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if they actually end up playing these games. If anything changes, I will post a brief update on the games coming up for tomorrow. Hopefully that's in the cards, but we'll wait and see what the Winter Storm Fern shall do to Pennsylvania. If you've enjoyed this series so far, please hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and hit that big white subscribe button so you don't miss any action for this 2025-2026 PSAC men's basketball season. With that said, session is underway for episode 18. Starting off with our athletes of the week, since unfortunately they did not release the announcement until on Tuesday, January 20th. Our athletes of the week from last week, these games were played between January 12th and January 17th. The PSAC men's athlete of the week for the West Division goes to Trey Nelson. He's a guard and senior from Gainesville, Virginia, plays for Penn West Clarion. Playing all but 3 seconds in both games last week, Nelson put on display as the Golden Eagles earned wins against California, Pennsylvania, previously unbeaten in PSAC play, and Pitt Johnstown at home. He averaged 23.5 points and 9 assists per game in the wins, including a career-high 29 points against the Pitt Johnstown Mountain Cats last Saturday, January 17th. That game also saw him log 10 assists, which he recorded double-digit assists for the PSAC leading 4th time this season. Only 2 other PSAC players have only done it in as many times as once, with one of them being his teammate, Jeremy Thomas II. Nelson logged 18 points and 8 assists in the win against California last Wednesday, January 14th. That was 9 days ago. I don't believe that. The defensive athlete of the week for the West Division was Mackenzie Morgan out of Gannon. He's a guard and junior from Sydney, Australia. He was played a key defensive role in leading previous ranked number 13 Gannon. Now they are in the top 10 yet again to a 2-0 week last week in PSAC play against wins against Seton Hill and IUP. He recorded a team high 5 steals and 2 blocks while also averaging 7 rebounds per contest, as Gannon held its 2 opponents to 62 points per game, improving their record to 15-2 with a 9-1 record in PSAC play. For the East, their athlete of the week was Marcus Frank, guard and redshirt junior from Strictly, Pennsylvania, playing for Shippensburg. He averaged 19.3 points and 5.6 boards per contest in a 2-1, winning 2 out of 3 games last week for the Raiders. He eclipsed the 20-point mark in both victories, a 5-point win over Kutztown last Wednesday, the 14th, and a 2-point thriller against East Stroudsburg on the 17th. Against Kutztown, he finished with a game-high 23 points, scoring 14 of them in the second half. Went 8 of 15 from the field and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Against East Stroudsburg, he scored 20 points on 7 of 15 from the field and 5 of 5 from the free throw line, added 6 rebounds and 2 assists. He paced the Raiders in scoring in both contests and scored 20 or more points in 11 games this season. In the East Division's Defensive Athlete of the Week is Keith Warren out of the Commonwealth University of Lock Haven, guard and senior from Rochester, New York. His active defensive performance led Lock Haven to 2 wins in the East, totaling 7 steals for the week. Warren grabbed a game-high 5 steals in a 9-point win over Millersville, in which the Bald Eagles forced 22 turnovers. He also grabbed 2 late game steals in a 2-point win against Mansfield last Wednesday, the 14th. So congratulations to those athletes of the week. I know it was a little bit later than it normally is. We should be good on pace for the athletes of the week to be announced in the next episode, episode 19, coming out on Tuesday, January 27th. Now, with that being said, let's get to the 6 games we had to recap for this episode. Shortest episode we're going to be doing in the number of games recapping in the regular season. Once we get to the PSAC men's basketball tournament, the games will actually be very limited. And we'll actually be talking about the CIAA and Mountain East Conference's basketball tournaments as well. We'll be talking about those games once we get to the tournaments before March Madness begins. We're starting off with a banger. Top 10 matchup in Division 2 at the Highmark Event Center, which was the previously ranked number 2 team in the country and previously undefeated Damon, New York, traveling to the Highmark Event Center on I-90 West, heading from Amherst, New York to Erie to take on the 10th ranked Gannon Golden Knights in a rematch between these 2 teams that played last season in Amherst, New York. Things kind of changed differently this year. In the first half, Gannon outscored Damon 37-36. Second half, Gannon outscored Damon 42-25 as the Golden Knights beat the number 2 team in the nation 79-61. The Golden Knights improved to 16-2. The Wildcats of Damon dropped to 20-1. For Damon, my player of the game goes to Zach Filipkowski in 35 minutes, going 7 of 15 from the field, 4 of 10 from three-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for 21 points. Phil Nuogo in 30 minutes had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for 17 points. No Benjamin Bill, who is arguably one of the best players in the entire country this year, did not play in this game. Probably a big factor why Damon ended up losing by 18 points. In the first half, Damon, New York shot 46.7% from the field, 35.7% for three-point range, and 75% for the free throw line. Second half, they shot 38.5% from the field, 18.2% from three-point range, and 75% for the free throw line. Overall, the Wildcats of Damon, New York, out of the East Coast Conference, shot 42.9% from the field, 28% for three-point range, and 75% from the free throw line. And there was a technical foul that was assessed to Justin Hemphill. For Gannon, my player of the game goes to German forward Precious Ediru. Believe me, I pronounced that name wrong apparently the first couple times the whole season, and then I watched a little bit of it, and that's actually how I pronounce his name, I guess. Anyways, in 20 minutes, he went 6 of 15 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist for 16 points. Beloved IUP fan favorite Pace Proser, in 31 minutes, had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 15 points. Victor Desmond in 25 minutes had 2 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 steal for 11 points. Lucas Akasi off the bench in 24 minutes had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 3 steals for 11 points. In the first half, Gannon shot 41.2% from the field, 13.3% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. Second half, he shot 42.5% from the floor, 30% three-point range, and 62.5% from the free throw line. Overall, the Golden Knights of Gannon shot 41.9% from the field, 20% three-point range, 80% from the free throw line. No technical fouls for Gannon. Did not get this game correct. Moving on to our next game. Let's get to it. IUP in Edinboro, the KCAC. Would the Crimson Hawks be able to bounce back after a 27-point L at Erie last week? And by the way, the last 3 times IUP played at Gannon, they scored under 70 points, minus the playoff game. So, yeah, that's not good. Anyways, in the first half, IUP outscored Edinboro 42-30. In the second half, IUP outscored Edinboro 51-43. The Crimson Hawks didn't need to bounce back with a 20-point win over Edinboro, 93-73. IUP improves to 12-3 with a 8-2 record in conference play. Edinboro drops to 8-9 and 4-6 in conference play. For Penn West Edinboro, my player of the game goes to Aman Sandhu in 34 minutes, 8 of 15 from the field, 4-10 from three-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks for 23 points. Bryce Baez in 35 minutes had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block for 18 points. Makai Reynolds in 35 minutes had 1 rebound, 2 assists for 11 points. Evan Berger in 35 minutes went 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for 11 points. And Rowan Carmichael only took 2 field goal attempts in 29 minutes. He did hit both of his field goal attempts, which were 3-pointers, but 0 of 1 from the free throw line and only had 6 points. So good work for IUP to shut down their top scorer. In the first half, Edinboro shot 35.5% from the field, 31.6% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 48.5% from the floor, 28.6% from three-point range, and 87.5% from the free throw line. Overall, the Fighting Skulls of Penn West Edinboro shot 42.2% from the field, 30.3% from three-point range, and 90% from the free throw line. No technical fouls assessed to Penn West Edinboro. For IUP, my player of the game is going to go to Christian Moore. 35 minutes, went 9 of 15 from the field, 4 of 7 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had a double-double, which I think that's the first time he's ever had a double-double at IUP. He had 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for 24 points. So in his last 2 games, he shot 10 out of 20 from three-point range, so 50% from three-point range. Kamani Marrero bounced back after a disappointing performance at Gannon. 36 minutes, going 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 4 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for 22 points. Dallas Dillard in 34 minutes went 5 of 12 from the field, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals for 18 points. Demir Brooks in 26 minutes went 6 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 assists for 14 points. I forgot to mention, Demir Brooks in the second half of the season in PSAC conference play shooting nearly 86% from the free throw line and over 65% overall this year. Dillard's at over 82% from the free throw line. He's at above 70% for the season. So yeah, PSAC play has been very friendly to IUP in terms of free throw percentage. They're shooting over 84% from the free throw line in PSAC play compared to the regular season overall. Anyways, back to the starting lineup. Tyler Grove actually got the start for IUP. No Bautista Rodriguez today. In 19 minutes, went 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range, had 4 rebounds, and total of 8 points. Bench. Ian Herring in 24 minutes had went 1 of 2 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds and 2 steals for 4 points. Luke Triggs in 12 minutes went 1 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Pair of rebounds, pair of assists, 2 and total of 3 points. Surfer Toon in 10 minutes had 2 rebounds and 0 points with 1 steal. The 2 freshmen for IUP both got minutes, starting with the Newcastle native Rafi Blondo, just down the road from where I'm at right now, about a 30-minute drive west on State Route 108. Played 2 minutes, went 0 of 1 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range. Had 0 other statistical stats, so 0 points. Harry Keeley, the New Zealand native of Hawke's Bay, also got to play in this game. He had played 2 minutes, did not take any field goal attempts, But he did have 2 assists for the Crimson Hawks late in the game and had 0 points. But the 2 assists are pretty cool, so at least he got something in that game for his hard work. So they've both made their collegiate debuts tonight for the Crimson Hawks. Awesome. In the first half, IUP shot 51.6% from the field, 42.9% from three-point range, and 87.5% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 53.9% from three-point range, and 90.9% from the free throw line. Overall, the Crimson Hawks of IUP shot 50.8% from the field, 50% from three-point range, and 89.5% from the free throw line. No technical fouls for the Crimson Hawks. Good win for IUP after that loss at Gannon. And yes, believe it or not, I did get this game correct. Moving on to the next game, we go to the Nelson Fieldhouse in Bloomsburg between the Battle of the Sucks. Commonwealth University at Mansfield at the Commonwealth University at Bloomsburg. In the first half, Bloomsburg outscored Mansfield 38-28. Second half, Bloomsburg outscored Mansfield 34-33. The Huskies beat the Mountaineers 72-61. Bloomsburg improves to 5-12 with a 2-9 record in conference play. Mansfield drops to a unbelievable 1-16 with an 0-11 record in conference play. Goes without saying that we're pretty close to having them be eliminated from playoff contention. My player of the game for Mansfield goes to Nasir Brown. 29 minutes, he went 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from three-point range, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist for 18 points. Sterling Scott in 37 minutes went with 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal for 10 points. Julian Wilson in 18 minutes had a perfect shooting day, going 4 of 4 from the field and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 3 blocks for 10 points. In the first half, Mansfield shot 30% from the field, 16.7% from three-point range, and 80% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 34.6% from the floor, 12.5% from three-point range, and 66.7% from the free throw line. Overall, the Mountaineers of the Commonwealth University of Mansfield shot 32.1% from the field, 15% from three-point range, and 71% from the free throw line. 3 technical fouls were assessed to the Mountaineers. One in Nasir Brown, and a pair of technical fouls that was assessed to our good friend Dearman Stewart, who got thrown out of the ball game. Although Jalen Bryan also got thrown out of a ball game not too long ago, and ended up watching what happened. Apparently, he said something to Ruben Rodriguez Jr. and then chucked the ball into the stands and got kicked out of the game. Yeah, throwing the ball into the stands is a big no-no. Anyways, for our good friends in Bloomsburg, my player of the game goes to Reese Nagel. In 34 minutes off the bench, went 7 of 17 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for 17 points with 1 block. Camden Glass in 15 minutes went 5 of 5 from the field and 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds and 1 block for 13 points. In the first half, Bloomsburg shot 42.1% from the field, 35.7% from three-point range, and 50% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 33.3% from the floor, 20% from three-point range, 75% from the free throw line. Overall, the Huskies of the Commonwealth University of Bloomsburg shot 38.5% from the field, 31.6% from three-point range, 72.7% from the free throw line, and 3 technical fouls were assessed to the Huskies, 2 to George Sabatini, which he got thrown out of the ball game, and the other technical foul was assessed to Courtney Davis II. So we had 2 players get kicked out of this game. Ouch. And yes, unfortunately, I did not get this game correct. I originally I did pick Bloomsburg, but then I decided, Mansfield might win that game. That did not end up being the case. Next game, down to the Pacific Gymnasium in Millersville, as the Marauders hosted the Golden Bears of Kutztown. In the first half, Millersville outscored Kutztown 38-22. Second half, Millersville outscored Kutztown 47-45, as the Marauders won 85-67 over the Golden Bears. Millersville improves to 12-6 with a 7-4 record in conference play. Kutztown drops to 5-10 with a 2-8 record in conference play. For the Golden Bears, my player of the game goes to Jordan Nkoa Abisolo. He recorded a double-double, 36 minutes, going 6 of 13 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 3 assists for 19 points. Amari Banks in 34 minutes Went 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals for 18 points. Kabir Satterfield in 35 minutes had 2 rebounds, 1 assist for 10 points. Our good friend Jalen Bryant had a terrible shooting day, going 2 of 13 from the field in 33 minutes with a total of 7 points and 6 turnovers. In the first half, Kutztown shot 34.6% from the field, 16.7% from three-point range, 60% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 46.7% from the floor, 25% from three-point range, and 71.4% from the free throw line. Overall, the Golden Bears of Kutztown shot 41.1% from the field, 25% from three-point range, 71.4%. 41.1% from the field, 21.4% from three-point range, 69.2% from the free throw line. For Millersville, my player of the game easily is going to Day Waters. 33 minutes, went 10 of 17 from the field, 4 of 7 from three-point range, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 steals for 28 points. Siraj Ali in 30 minutes had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 3 steals for 19 points. Cornell Henderson off the bench in 20 minutes had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block for 11 points. In the first half, Millersville shot 42.4% from the field, 28.6% from three-point range, and 75% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 57.6% from the floor, 33.3% from three-point range, and 85.7% from the free throw line. Overall, the Marauders of Millersville shot 50% from the floor, 30.4% from three-point range, and 80% from the free throw line. No technical fouls to either Kutztown or Millersville. Second to last game from Wednesday, we go to Westchester at the Hollinger Fieldhouse as they hosted Shepherd. In the first half, Westchester outscored Shepherd 40-36. Second half, Westchester outscored Shepherd 40-37. Westchester beat Shepherd 80-73. The Golden Rams, in the Battle of the Rams, the Golden Rams improved to 13-4 with a 7-3 record in conference play. The Rams of Shepherd dropped to 9-8 with a 6-5 record in conference play. For Shepherd, my player of the game goes to Elaine Wardlaw. 32 minutes off the bench, went 11 of 18 from the field, 4 of 8 from three-point range, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 3 steals for 26 points. Marcus Banks in 25 minutes had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block and a steal for 15 points. In the first half, Shepherd shot 60.9% from the field, 50% three-point range, and 44.4% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 59.3% from the floor, 33.3% from three-point range, and 33.3% from the free throw line. Overall, the Rams of Shepherd shot 60% from the field, 41.2% from three-point range, and 40% from the free throw line. For Westchester, my player of the game goes to Ruben Rodriguez Jr. in 36 minutes, going 5 of 13 from the field, 0 of 3 from three-point range, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block, and 3 steals for 19 points. Dylan Blair in 38 minutes had 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 block for 13 points. Anthony McCall in 27 minutes had 1 rebound, 2 assists for 13 points. In the first half, Westchester shot 50% from the field, 37.5% from three-point range, and 87.5% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 52% from the floor, 44.4% from three-point range, and 83.3% from the free throw line. Overall, the Golden Rams of Golden Rams of Westchester shot 50.9% from the field, 41.2% from three-point range, and 85% from the free throw line. No technical fouls assessed to both Shepherd and Westchester. And the last game takes us to the Kohler Fieldhouse as the Commonwealth University of Lock Haven traveled to take on the East Stroudsburg Warriors. In the first half, East Stroudsburg outscored Lock Haven 40-26. Second half, East Stroudsburg outscored Lock Haven 52-37. Final score, East Stroudsburg beats Lock Haven by 29 points by a score of 92-63. The Warriors improved to 13-5 with a 7-5 record in conference play. The Bald Eagles dropped to 5-10 with a 3-7 record in conference play. For Lock Haven, my player of the game goes to Dylan Scott. 32 minutes, going 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block for 16 points. The Eastern Division's Defensive Athlete of the Week, Keith Warren, had 32 minutes played, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal for 13 points. Devin Nelson off the bench in 25 minutes had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block for 11 points. In the first half, Lock Haven shot 45.8% from the field, 12.5% from three-point range, and 50% from the free throw line. Second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 40% from three-point range, and 63.6% from the free throw line. Overall, the Bald Eagles of the Commonwealth University of Lock Haven shot 48% from the field, 27.8% from three-point range, and 58.8% from the free throw line. No technical fouls assessed to Lock Haven. For East Stroudsburg, my player of the game goes to Carson Howard. 23 minutes off the bench, he went 7 of 8 from the field, 1 of 1 from three-point range. Close to a double-double. He would have been one of 3 players with a double-double, but East Stroudsburg did have 2 of them. Carson Howard had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and 4 steals for 15 points. Adrian Brito, in 15 minutes off the bench, had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, a block for 13 points. Terrell Pitts off the bench had 25 minutes, had 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal for 11 points. Kenny Williams has recorded a double-double in 24 minutes off the bench with 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and a steal for 11 points. Jalen Pichardo also recorded a double-double, 25 minutes with 11 rebounds, 3 assists for 11 points. And Ethan Milirons in 23 minutes had 1 rebound for 2 steals and 10 points. In the first half, East Stroudsburg shot 45.5% from the field, 37.5% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line, going 4 out of 4. Second half, they shot 57.9% from the floor, 40% from three-point range, and 66.7% from the free throw line. Overall, the Warriors of East Stroudsburg shot 52.1% from the field, 38.7% from three-point range, 85.7% from the free throw line. No technical fouls assessed to East Stroudsburg. So overall, got 4 out of 6 games correct. So congratulations, for the 3rd consecutive year, I have clinched a winning record in number of games I've gotten correct versus games I've gotten incorrect. Because we have 292 games, I only needed to hit 147. After 202 games, I have gotten 149 out of 202 games correct. That's 73.8%. Still above the 70% threshold I was hoping for. Now on to the standings, where we sit today for tomorrow's matchups. In the East, number 1 is Westchester, 7-3 record in conference play, 13-4 overall, and a 5-game winning streak. Number 2, East Stroudsburg, 7-4 record in conference play, 13-5 overall, and a 1-game winning streak. Third place is Millersville, it's 7-4 record in conference play, 12-6 overall, on a 1-game winning streak. Shepherd in 4th place is 5-5. Can you imagine if we have 3 teams in the PSAC East that only finished with winning records? That'd be crazy. But anyway, Shepherd is 5-5 in conference play, 9-8 overall, on a 1-game losing streak. 5th place is Shippensburg, 3-7 record in conference play, 8-9 overall, and 2-game winning streak. Lock Haven is at 6th at 3-7 record in conference play, 7-10 overall, and a 1-game losing streak. 7th place is Kutztown, 2-8 record in conference play, 5-10 overall, on a 1-game losing streak. 8th place is Bloomsburg, they're 2-8 in conference play, 5-12 overall, and a 1-game winning streak. No surprise, Mansfield's still dead last. 0-11 record in conference play, 1-16 overall on an 11-game losing streak. In the West, number 1 is Gannon, 9-1 record in conference play, 16-2 overall on a 5-game winning streak. California, who got the night off, 9-1 record in conference play, 12-5 overall on a 1-game winning streak in the 2nd place spot. IUP stays at number 3. There's 8-2 in conference play, 12-3 overall on a 1-game winning streak. 4th place, Seton Hill, also had rest day off. 7-3 record in conference play, 13-5 overall on a 1-game winning streak. 5th place, Slippery Rock, also had a day off. 6-4 record in conference play, 13-5 overall on a 2-game losing streak. Clarion and Pitt Johnstown also had days off. The only 3 teams from the West that played on Wednesday were Gannon, IUP, and Edinboro. Clarion in 6th place with a 5-5 record in conference play, 10-8 overall on a 3-game winning streak. Pitt Johnstown moves into the 7th spot, moving up 1 spot from the last episode. 4-6 record in conference play, 10-8 overall on a 1-game losing streak. And dead last is Penn West Edinboro, 4-6 record in conference play, 8-9 overall on a 3-game losing streak. If the playoffs were today, we'd have Westchester and East Stroudsburg as the top 2 seeds. Millersville would host Lock Haven at the Pasilla Gymnasium. Shepherd would host Shippensburg at the Butcher Athletic Center. In the West, Gannon and California would get the top 2 spots in the first round bye. IUP would host Clarion. No changes again. IUP would host Clarion, the KCAC. And then Seton Hill would host Slippery Rock at the McKenna Center. Now, on to the games for tomorrow. We have 8 on the schedule. All 3 o'clock games as of right now, unless anything changes. Okay, actually, we do have a change in one of the games. So we have a 2 o'clock game, and it's the game matchup of the day. Penn West California, 12-5, traveling to the Mora Fieldhouse to take on the Rock of SRU. Slippery Rock's 13-5. Kutztown traveling to the Butcher Athletic Center in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Kutztown is 5-10. Shepherd is 9-8. Shippensburg traveling to the Decker Gymnasium. Shippensburg is 8-9. Mansfield 1-16. Bloomsburg traveling to the Priscilla Gymnasium. Bloomsburg's 5-12. Millersville's 12-6. Number 10 ranked Gannon travels to the UPJ Sports Center. Take on the Mountain Cats. Gannon is 16-2. Pitt Johnstown's 10-8. Westchester traveling to the Thomas Fieldhouse to take on the Bald Eagles. Westchester is 13-4. Lock Haven is 7-10. Seton Hill traveling to the Macomb Fieldhouse to take on the Fighting Scots. Seton Hill's 13-5. Edinboro's 8-9. And then our matchup we're going to be talking about here in our scouting report is IUP at Clarion at the Tim Gymnasium. So, the scouting report as of today, January 23rd, 2026. All-time record, 1,527 wins versus 798 losses, still 656 all-time winning percentage. IUP comes in this match with a 12-3 record overall and 82 record in conference play, 3rd in the West. Traveling to the Tippin Gymnasium to take on the Golden Eagles of Penn West Clarion, 10-8 record overall, 5-5 in conference play, and the number 6 spot in the West. This is the 183rd all-time meeting between these two programs. IUP leads the all-time series 123-59. Last time these two teams met and the game being played tomorrow, as of right now, would have been 330 days ago. IUP lost at Clarion 86-67, a game I was unfortunately at. And we don't talk about the Sarp Fortune blocking foul, as I heard that was still an offensive foul called. So the game right now is scheduled for tomorrow, as of right now, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Tippin Gymnasium in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Arguably my second favorite arena in the PSEC I've been to so far. Only behind the KCAC, of course. No bias there. Travel time between the KCAC and the Tippin Gymnasium, 59 miles or 94.9 kilometers, a 1 hour and 60-minute drive from the US 420, heading out west on US 422 near Katanning, and going up 28 and 66 to New Bethlehem, then going straight up to 15 miles from New Bethlehem, heading north on on State Route 66, until you reach the good old Clarion County seat of Clarion, Pennsylvania, at the Tippin Gymnasium. On to the 7 key elements of the Honorable Judge Noah's fundamentals of basketball. Points per game. IUP is number 4 in the conference at 85.9 points per game. Clarion is 6 at 83 points per game. So the category goes to IUP. Defensive points per game allowed. These are a pretty easy category win. It's going to go to IUP. They're second in the conference at 73 points per game allowed. Clarion is second to last in the conference, 16th overall, at 80.7. The only team who's worse than them is Mansfield, who averages over 90 points per game allowed. Field goal percentage. IUP is 6th in the conference at 48%. Clarion is 13th in the conference at 45.8%, so the category goes to IUP. 3-point field goal percentage is an automatic winner because the number 1 team in the PSEC in 3-point field goal percentage is the Crimson Hawks of IUP. They're at 38.2%. Clarion is 5th in the conference at 35.5%. Free throw percentage. IUP is number 3 in the conference at 73.8%. Only Gannon and Millersville are better as of right now. Clarion, 69.8% from the free throw line, tied for 11th with Seton Hill. So the category goes to IUP. Rebounding, very close on this one. 36.5 rebounds per game for IUP. That's 12th. Right behind them is Clarion in 13th in the conference at 36.5 rebounds per game. So the advantage category goes to IUP. And assist to turnover ratio, IUP is second in the conference at 1.39 assists per turnover. Clarion's tied for third with Penn West California at 1.24. So the category goes to IUP. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an historic milestone. For the first time in the PCBC's history, and my first time ever in the 7 key elements of the Honorable Judge Noah's Fundamentals of Basketball, which I've done this session over 40 plus times, almost 50 times doing this, we actually have a unanimous sweep. IUP won all 7 categories. That has never happened before. I've had a couple of times where it was 6-1. Never have I had a 7-0 landslide. So that was kind of crazy to think about. So, top 3 scores for the Crimson Hawks. Again, no changes. Dallas Dillard leads the way at 19.9 points, 5.6 rebounds per game, shooting 47.1% from the field and 39.7% three-point range. Second highest scorer is Christian Moore, averaging 16.8 points, 3.1 rebounds per game, shooting 48.1% from the field, 41.9% from three-point range. Third highest scoring player is Kamani Marrero, averaging 13.8 points, 2.4 rebounds per game, shooting 43.4% from the field and 37.9% from three-point range. For Penn West Clarion, their top scorer is number 14, a 6'5" guard and redshirt junior from Venetia, Pennsylvania. That is Gavin Cote in his 3rd season with Clarion. He's averaging 14.3 points, 3.2 rebounds per game, shooting 40% from the field and 36.5% from three-point range. Second highest scoring player for the Crimson Hawks, or not Crimson Hawks, Golden Eagles, wrong team, is number 4, 6' guard and senior from Gainesville, Virginia. He was the PSAC West Athlete of the Week from last week, Trey Nelson. Nelson is averaging 13.9 points and 3.6 rebounds per game, shooting 53.2% from the field and a very impressive 47.5% from three-point range. Third highest scoring player is a guy that IUP Crimson Hawk players should know by now, especially when he does well at the Tim Gymnasium, is number 20, a 6'5" forward and redshirt junior from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, Jeremy Thomas II. He's averaging 11.8 points, 6.9 rebounds per game, shooting 53.8% from the field and 16.7% from three-point range. So far, he has gone 1 of 6 from behind the arc. 3 keys of the game, CLA. We start off with the letter C, as in cookie. Control this tempo from Clarion. So Clarion is actually doing pretty well in terms of points per game this season, 83 points. So IUP needs to control the tempo, especially being on the road. The Tippett Gymnasium has not been friendly to the Crimson Hawks as of late, although they have won games in recent years, except for last year when they got destroyed by Clarion by 19 points at Tippett last year. Speaking of which, L, as in love. Last appearance at Tippett was rough. I mean, that game was terrible from the beginning. And we knew that game was going to be terrible from the beginning, the moment it started to the end of the game. So hopefully IUP is going to have a better game plan for Clarion this year, especially since they play February 21st at home at the KCAC. That's the Faith Night game for IUP. And then A, at last, good old rivalry between my girlfriend and I. As you may or may not know, my girlfriend ended up going to Clarion University, not to confuse you with Penn West Clarion, because he actually Penn West Clarion they changed their name to Penn West Clarion the summer after. It was 2 months after my girlfriend graduated from Clarion University that they decided to change their name to Penn West Clarion. So I always kind of make a joke with her about saying, yeah, at least you graduated from Clarion and not Penn West Clarion. But I will say that the last 2 times that she has worn her Clarion hoodie, IUP's lost both games. IUP's 0-2 when my girlfriend wears her Clarion hoodie in the matchup between Clarion and IUP. So I'm trying to get her to not wear it tomorrow, hopefully. That is if the game holds. So we'll wait and see. On to my picks and predictions for tomorrow's games. California and Slippery Rock. This is going to be a good game. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Give me Slippery Rock to win this game. I really would like Slippery Rock to win because it would help IUP if IUP does beat Clarion. Then it ends up being a tiebreaker going into the matchup on Wednesday because IUP and California face each other on Wednesday. So give me Slippery Rock. Kutztown and Shepherd. Give me Shepherd to win that game. Shippensburg and Mansfield. Give me Shippensburg. Bloomsburg and Millersville. That's going to be Millersville I'm picking. Gannon and Pitt Johnstown. I'm going to pick Gannon. Westchester and Lockhaven. Westchester's winning that game, I think. Seton Hill and Edinboro. Give me the Griffins. They've been on ice cold except for that win against Slippery Rock last Saturday, 17th. And then IUP and Clarion, this is an easy pick. I'm going to go with IUP. I think they're going to bounce back from that loss last year against Clarion at Tippin, and I think they get revenge this year. I think IUP will cruise against Clarion in what is probably going to be a trap game because Clarion has some very impressive wins this year. They beat Pitt Johnstown, and they beat Seton Hill, and they beat California. So they definitely have, this is not a gimme win for IUP, but I think IUP should be fine and find a way to win this game. So give me IUP over Clarion. With that being said, that's going to conclude episode 18 of the PCBC Season 3. I will see you guys on Tuesday to recap these 8 games for tomorrow. And then we will go from there and head on to next week where it's going to be a fun and eventful weekend because we got with episode 19, we're gonna have a good old, episode 19 will have 8 games. Then the next episode 20, is gonna have 12 games to recap. So that'll be fun because we'll have 4 games on Tuesday, the 27th, 4 games on the 28th, Wednesday, and 4 games on Thursday, the 29th. Before episode 20 comes out on Friday, January 30th. Until then, I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Snow, reporting live from the hometown and main base of PCBC, Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, saying so long. And y'all have a great rest of your Friday and have a good weekend. And for the love of God, please stay safe from Winter Storm Fern. Please just, if needed, please just stay home and do not drive, especially with how much snow we're supposed to be getting. Until then, the PCBC is on recess.